This is a good start to the game.
Over and back violation to start the game.
Oh, Higgins, excuse me.
That would be John Higgins. There's no O, along with Keith Kimball and Bert Smith.
Please. UCLA packing it in zone defense. Beautiful execution by the Irish.
That is Mooney.
That's what Mooney does. He finds the paint. He can hit that shot. That gives him confidence. Let's see how the Irish do in defense against the Bruins.
Tiger Campbell went to high school just 40 minutes from here. Lamere from Iowa. Lots of pressure on him today. Can he create? Can he get in the lane? There's Jalen Hill.
And Hill tried to power it up and in, could not. Rebounded by Rex Pfluger.
What is a foul here? Please. Shades of Adrian Dantley. Shades of John Shoemate. Call the Attorney General. Lock him up.
For those wondering why there's such hostility, because we've got some younger audience here at Notre Dame, and we're obviously going to talk about that throughout the telecast. That's one of the reasons why Digger is here, to terrorize Bill on my behalf.
I was wondering why he was here.
Flashback memories.
I was shocked to find out he was still alive.
Here's Tiger Campbell, the 5th point guard in the last 5 years for UCLA.
Let it fly, Cody.
Riley unable to hit, rebounded by Jalen Hill.
Quickness to the ball for the Bruins.
Second chance points, opportunities right now for the Bruins.
Shades of Sidney Wicks.
Oh, here we
nice
go.
hands, Durham able to poke it away, but Riley gets it back, drives, can't finish though.
Bruins have missed 2 layups, please.
Both teams 7-3 on the season.
You have to start the game offensively sharp and crisp. Pfluger, he'll let it fly.
Can't knock down the 3. So UCLA in its first 3 possessions has a turnover and 0 for 3 for the floor.
And Dave, with the Irish shooting those threes, you see where they get no offensive rebounds. It's a tough coach. He did a great job at Cincinnati. He's going to put that in the game plan to get these guys aggressive and show UCLA how they can start winning again, especially the Pac-12 conference.
And he's a fantastic human being. Wow. T.J. Gibbs.
And it's 5-0 Notre Dame. Gibbs shooting 40% from 3-point range.
Not the kind of start that the Bruins need. You got to keep this raucous crowd out of the game. What a facility. What a basketball atmosphere and community here.
But they hate UCLA.
How did you get here? What's your name?
My name's Dwight Clay.
There's the Tiger
and you guys just hit a 3. Just he did hit a 3. Did you mention that guy, number 10? You know who he is?
Yeah, that's Tiger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with a Y.
Sorry to wake you up. He hit a 3.
Some people ask why. I say why not.
Here's Mooney.
Beautiful footwork, execution.
Mooney, one of a handful of players in the country averaging a double-double. He's averaging 13 rebounds per game to go with 14 points. Here is Durham able to throw it off the glass and almost went down.
If you're UCLA, push the ball. Notre Dame's playing with a lot of injuries out there. Short-handed, not a big, tall, physical team.
Well, Notre Dame has 1 injury. Offensive foul is called on G.
Because it's Notre Dame there, rooting for the Irish.
Did Jack Swarbrick assign these officials to the game?
Notre Dame got to attack this zone. UCLA still playing it, but it gives the 3s to the Irish.
Short, though, by Prentice Hub.
Notre Dame appears quicker in the opening moments. UCLA sluggish still to the ball and offensively.
Cody Riley, nice move and finish.
That's what they got to do. If they attack inside, I don't think the Irish can defend them, even though the referees called a couple of fouls. But that's the way to go after Notre Dame in the paint.
Riley coming off a 21-point game.
UCLA should always do that. They're big, they're powerful, they're tough, they're fierce, they're emblematic of their coach.
Here's Mooney. Little hitch on that 3-point shot, but it goes down. Career 38% 3-point shooter.
Goodwin. Again, no second chance points for the Irish off their missed 3.
Your X Factor, Goodwin, he's in. I'm already giving him a promotion to A.
Campbell works it around to Ali, and they go to Riley again on the low block. Tries to muscle it up and in and can't. Rebounded by Leshevsky.
Cody Riley needs to have better decision-making on which move he's going to use.
Gibbs 3 is good. His second triple.
He read it, dribbled well, got in balance, and took it off. Nobody picked him up, but when it dropped it back in the zone, they didn't pick up.
TJ, where I'm from, that's Tijuana, but his name is really Temple Jr. Whoa. So the Bruins just wasted 20 seconds.
And the timer's down to 7 now. Campbell trying to find the open man, throws it away.
Throws that one over.
It's history. Sorry.
Yikes. Greg Lee did not play in the second half. Coach's decision. Oh my gosh, the key to our team.
Notre Dame scored the final 12 points of the game as UCLA went 0 for 6 in the final 3.5 minutes.
And turned the ball over 4 times. I'm guilty of everything.
Here's Goodwin way off of the three. He's a great three-point shooter at 27 points the other game, 5 of 7 from three-point range as they beat up Detroit a couple nights ago.
Chris Smith has got to come alive, got to make an impact on this game. He's been out here for 6 minutes now, and that's the first time he's really even had the ball in his hands. Digger, get it. Don't wait for it to come to you.
Going back to
baseball,
the highlights we just showed you, what stands out to you the most about that moment at 74?
That they wouldn't call a timeout to break our momentum, but that was just wouldn't. We just didn't believe in timeouts, and that's what really helped us keep the momentum going to go 12 zip. They go 0 for 6, we go 6 for 6, and we force them into 4 turnovers.
There's all these nice people I know from my life history with Notre Dame. Tommy Hawkins, Paul Horning, Joe Theismann, Joe Montana, Don Crickey, Ted Robinson, and Mike Gray. What happened to you?
Well, you know, sometimes it turns out that way because I was from New York.
What were you doing there?
Coaching Fordham. Beating Austin Carr and Notre Dame after they beat UCLA.
Good half-court defense by Notre Dame. Olashinsky tries to power that up and in, got his own miss.
Didn't you grow up in a cemetery?
Yeah. Undertaker style.
Third opportunity for UCLA, and they still can't make a shot.
Buy a basket. That's not good for the Bruins, Bill.
Offense wins.
UCLA is 2 of 11 from the floor. Here's Gibbs. He's already got 2 3-pointers. And Jaquez able to track it down before he stepped out of bounds.
Jaime has been playing fantastic. He has earned his way into this starting rotation here. Bruins spending too much time standing around offensively and looking behind him. The game is out in front of you, just like life.
Mick Cronin said before the game they really need Tiger Campbell to step up offensively.
Turn and face here. Mooney is bigger than you. That's an offensive foul.
That's the 3rd offensive foul.
In fewer games than the guy who he supplanted in that record book.
Oh, really?
And what a fine man.
Digger, I'm just glad that the bullets are flying your way this week. That you're here. You're in the middle, and you get to listen to him the whole game. Take shots at you.
What was your name again?
Leshevsky misses a 3.
Another 3 missed, no offensive rebound. One of the weaknesses. Bruins have got to find ways to hit that shot, especially when they're going inside to get the 3-point play.
UCLA is not trying to attack the basket from out in front with the ball, please. That is their game. Whoa, just missed.
And rebounded by Juwan Durham.
I love the way Durham plays. Big, rangy shot blocker, can run the...
Getting it done at Pauley. No one ever did that before. Right, Bill? Oh, you got the book?
I'm reading this book here. Yes. Gave me nightmares last night.
Well, what book is it? Tell people, because we're not on camera.
Notre Dame Hardwood. Digger Phelps. And it's got the score 71-70, the snapshot, and that smirk on your face.
And another missed 3 by Gibbs, and it gets the Irish now in the transition where UCLA has a chance to get inside and score.
Yeah, Notre Dame is 2 of 10 from three-point land. Here's Smith for UCLA.
Pull up your dribble in the lane.
3-second call.
Jeez.
Jaquez gets it to go off the window. The freshman who's played really well.
When the Bruins drive, they're picking up the ball without driving at their teammate's opponent. That's what creates the opportunities.
And if he helps, you penetrate and you kick it off to the open shooter.
So that nightmare I had reading that book of yours last night, I quickly switched over to Mike Bray's book. Keeping it loose. Right? No, man. That brought me back to the bright side.
Goodwin's 3. Drops in. He gets the bounce.
There he is.
What a touch. We're going to give him an A+, A prime.
He needs double figures if the Irish are going to win.
He's from the Columbus area, committed to Ohio State, but when Thad Matta got fired, he decided to go to Notre Dame instead. His dad, a longtime head coach at Capital University in Columbus.
Yeah, D3 power. Damon played at Dayton himself. Long
Good
time
offensive
ago.
rebound.
And a foul called is...
The collapsing defense is just too good for Mike Bray.
I thought it was interesting, guys, this week. Mike Bray put a line on the court 15 feet and had them play 3-on-3 inside of 15 feet defensively to get used to the physicality of UCLA. It looks like that paid off.
Mike Cronin's teams, they come to fight.
I'm talking about Mike Bray's team.
I understand that. But
he's trying to get him ready for it.
Mick Cronin, Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
We'll try to get it straight here.
Hopefully we got him 8 times this year. And it's your alma mater as Mooney lost the ball inside. Bodies hit the floor. It's a held ball. It's going to stay with Notre Dame. Only 3 seconds.
Didn't give him the ball yet, and they ran the play.
Here's Mooney. Gets it away. Won't go, and rebounded by Hill.
Best rebound of the day for UCLA. But they're outletting the ball to the side. Get it going up the
Irish
court.
Don't send 3 or 4 to the glass to get second chance points. That's one of their weakness that UCLA's not taking advantage of.
Riley, power move. It won't drop. And Goodwin's got it for Notre Dame, and the Irish with numbers that they hustle. Hub behind the back pass. Goodwin fires. It hits his second 3.
There he is. I told you, he's the guy. The X factor. He's got 6.
This crowd just incredible here. You can't let this crowd be front runners.
So Notre Dame's got 5 baskets. 4 have been threes. Meanwhile, UCLA is shooting 20% from the floor.
Hesitation, indecision, doubt.
Amazing.
Another.
They played Dane Goodwin's dad's school.
Goodwin's game from about 25.
What letter in the alphabet is X? And
Next
why would you go
to B and W?
Why would you go? I'm not talking about the kind of cars you would give your players here.
Wow, Singleton missing the 3. The Bullets are live today, folks.
My time. My highlighter match is my time. It's what I used to do on TV all the time.
I never would have noticed that.
Because you didn't watch TV.
Well, that's true.
I'll ride your bike someplace in some mountain.
We grew up without a television. One of the great things that ever happened in my life.
Now you're on television. Hub, another Notre Dame 3. The 6th 3-pointer for the Irish in the first half.
I did not expect this.
Well, last year, Notre Dame outplayed UCLA in Pauley Pavilion, particularly in the second half when Mike Bray went to the zone defense coming out of the locker room. They were in complete control. The Bruins recovered mightily and won it with a game winner from an Indiana boy, Chris Wilkes. Finally.
That's Chris Smith ending a 9-0 run for Notre Dame.
This Bruin team, very resilient, will never stop playing. Push the ball. Tiger Campbell, let's go.
Turnover force. Campbell in transition hits Hill, and Hill missed the layup. How many missed shots at the rim for UCLA?
I'll tell you, it's amazing to see this.
Here's Hub, and they're going to say foul on the floor. No basket. 15.
I wore 33 in high school because of Kareem, and I get to UCLA, and John Wooden says, what was your number? I said 33. Well, that's been taken. You're number 32.
Okay, I always want to know why you wore that number. Thanks.
10-point lead.
It's sort of like down the list in the alphabet. Will somebody please figure out, hey, what's your name over there? Tell the statistician to get the number of the alphabet that X is.
I'm just worried about trying to actually call the game. I'm not really concerned with the statistician right now. Trying to let people know what's going on. Here's Goodwin working around to Mooney. Another 3-ball.
This isn't a radio broadcast, is it?
You're making it one.
6 3-pointers for Notre Dame.
Okay, the Bruins have got 12. Can they score on consecutive possessions? Great defense by Mooney.
Turnover. Yes, he's got 9 points from 3 threes.
But the defense, too. The defense for Notre Dame is for 6 turnovers by UCLA. UCLA only has 5 field goals in the first half.
If you would quit looking for credit. Great footwork by Pfluger.
Drive and kick. Pfluger lets it fly. No good on the 3. And Sharif O'Neal, Shaq's son, able to get the rebound.
To show you what a cool guy Mike Bray is, keeping it loose. Last year when Pfluger was red hot in the second half, Mike Bray apologized to him at the end of that game at Pauley Pavilion when he didn't go to him on the game-winning play. Prince Ali, a non-factor early on here at the Purcell Pavilion and at the Joyce Center. Is that what they call that now?
After Father Joyce. The Hesburgh Library.
Great defense, Bruins. Roof, send them back.
O'Neal with the block. Here's Smith in transition.
That's an offensive foul. That's an offensive.
They're going to say a flop. As we mentioned, it's a warning then for the flop, and then it'll be a Class B technical foul, which is one free throw for all subsequent.
Ball. Well, what if the basket had gone in? Would they have counted it?
If it was continuation, yeah. If it was if he was in the shooting motion, yeah. Does that help you?
Sharif O'Neal, turn and face, get to the hoop, Sharif.
Shot clock down at 2. O'Neal misses, but on the putback he drops it in, and UCLA is within 6.
UCLA back in complete control here.
The last 2 minutes UCLA's played.
Yep, a 6-0 run digger right now by the Bruins.
It's a 40-minute game, please.
Leshevsky, corner 3, short.
Push
and
the
O'Neal
ball.
clears.
Another no offensive rebound for the Irish on a missed 3.
They only have 2 offensive rebounds this half.
And how many missed shots on 3s?
But they're not going to get
12
offensive rebounds with this lineup that Mike Bray has. This is not an offensive rebounding team. I don't see Paul Silas, Maurice Lucas, Dennis Rodman out there. Please.
Here's Riley on the low block again, tries to power it up and in with the right hand, but he can't. He's missed several down there. And Notre Dame looking to push tempo here. Oh, beautiful dribble. Drives and tries to kick it out to Leshevsky.
Beautiful ball movement.
And Gibbs drains another 3.
Nate Leshevsky.
It was his second pass that got it to Gibbs. The first pass, and that's why I've always said there should be 2 assists when there's 2 passes on a shot made, like hockey. Just like the hockey assist.
How can you have 2 assists for 1 basket?
Because they do it for hockey.
Well, what is that? I mean,
oh, really? It set up Gibbs to get the shot. That's why you played inside, because you couldn't go outside.
Please.
No.
If the ball went inside the bill, it never got back outside.
I dispute that statement.
Turnover again, transition opportunity, 3-on-1. He had Mooney. Instead, he tried to hit the trailer. Goodwin and turned it over.
Check Hub for color blindness, please.
Riley's jumper, not good. Rebounded by Goodwin.
Goodwin is everywhere. Talking to the coaching staff for the Fighting Irish. These guys, they love Goodwin because he does everything.
X Factor.
He's pretty much like Danny Ainge.
X Factor.
You ever heard, you know Danny, right? Danny Ainge.
Where? What?
One of the great players in the history of basketball at every level. One of the great human beings ever.
Goodwin steps inside the arc off
Tennessee, and then Gonzaga at Arizona tonight. College basketball at its best.
Yeah, you just missed what went on with the upsets today because you're talking too much.
He's not looking at the monitor. 8 teams in the top 5 have lost before January. It's the second time that's happened in 2 years, and the only times in the last 50 years that's happened. We'll have a new number 1 next week as Jaquez drains a 3 for UCLA.
They needed to get some mo going.
No kidding.
25-17. Notre Dame leads by 8 inside 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Were you ever a number 1 team?
Even when the Irish have that big lead, they were still only 3 points on 2 offensive rebounds on 17 misses, shooting about 34.
Assistant high school coach down in Orlando with one of my former teammates. Wow.
Who?
Stan Pitkevich, the Auburn Flash. That guy could fill it up. And what a human being.
Here's Sharif O'Neal.
Nice. Let it go, Sharif.
The son of Shaquille.
Keep it loose.
Really? Amazing.
1 of 6.
Corner 3, Leshevsky is good, and Notre Dame has hit 8 threes. 8 of their 10 baskets have come from behind the arc.
If you don't play them and make them put the ball on the floor, they will hit their threes. That's what the Irish are good at.
Bruins need to close out better on these guys. They're standing way too far off. Push the ball, T.J. Gibbs.
Another empty possession by UCLA. Goodwin flies to the rim, counted, and a foul.
A fantasy sports for you.
No, he was playing with his buddies. I was
So, going back to your question on the flop, they called a foul, but they shouldn't have. So they took the foul away from Leshevsky. It was just a flop warning. It wasn't a defensive foul.
Okay.
But originally they had called it as a defensive foul, but they got that corrected now. It's just a
one of the great teams in the history of basketball.
Honest to God, you were on it. I can't believe that.
I was lucky.
Then the stress fracture with the Celtics ended your career.
I had endless stress fractures. Finally, somebody closing out on Goodwin.
Yes.
Bruins extending their defense.
Gibbs penetrating. Ooh. Might have been on the way down, but
well, I guess it was on the way down.
Ruled the block.
Great block.
Campbell pulls it.
You said he's got to turn it on. Tagger.
Transition after great defensive play. which the replay will show was arguably goaltending.
Inside a minute to go here in the first half. 10-point game. Knocked away from Mooney by Oleszynski.
I'm not sure. They play football here,
Seven
right?
Heisman.
7 Heisman.
Yes. All right, here we go again.
I'm going with Joe from LSU.
It would be Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Smith knocks it out of bounds. Going to stay with Notre.
23.
Notre Dame has been more creative with their offense today.
Here he goes.
Whoa.
Hello.
Deep attempt. Good win. No good.
Sharif O'Neal, this is the best I've ever seen him play. He's coming back from the open heart surgery.
Right? Yeah.
I mean,
Heart surgery. I didn't know that.
How many open heart surgeries have you had?
No, but I've had a few others. I got AFib. I take Xarelto every day.
How you doing?
Good. Everything's good.
I'm glad to hear that. Hard to see, but
About a 7-second difference in the clocks here.
push the ball, attack.
Prince Ali with 6 to shoot.
Great
Drives into a
closeout
double team.
defense.
Oleszynski for 3. Good.
Wow. Big 3.
Alex, who also went to high school at La Lumiere.
Final seconds of the first half. Gibbs pulls the trigger.
Starting to get
Contact, no whistle. And that's the end of the first half.
For 32, missed 21 shots, and UCLA was 9 for 30, missed 21 shots. So it's the threes, the 8 threes is why UCLA is down 1 point.
How about the fact
With the threes,
Notre
down
Dame
7.
only had 9 two-point attempts and 1 free throw attempt in that first half. So it is all about the perimeter for Notre Dame right now. But UCLA closed the half on a 7-0 run. And on the first possession of the second half, they get it inside of Jalen Hill. He gets it blocked.
Send it back. What is the record for the most number of blocks on one possession to start the second half at the Purcell Pavilion at the Joyce Center?
2. Mooney.
So we're in
the
record-breaking territory here.
That's him.
Counted in a
In the
foul.
paint, Mooney.
Example of how basketball is a game of skill, timing, and position, not size and strength.
He drew the foul, but UCLA didn't double down, and that's why they got in trouble. Now they're down 10.
John Mooney, who is leading the country in rebounding coming into this weekend. 13 boards per game. Notre Dame up 10.
Notre Dame is also number 1 in assist-to-turnover ratio. A slow, sluggish start for the 74.
Didn't matter. They were down 1 when it counted. At the buzzer.
I see this smirk on your
White
face.
Clay.
What does this name mean?
White Clay. All right, here we go. Man-to-man for the Bruins. They need a transition score.
Instead, Gibbs pulls it back, misses a 3, rebounded by Jalen Hill.
Push the ball here.
I agree. Push it down.
It
Let's go.
doesn't appear as if UCLA is trying to run faster than the opposition.
Chris Smith leaning in, tough shot, won't fall. And controlled by Durham.
Pfluger's defense is superb.
That's why he plays defense and your best player.
Dana Point, have you ever been there? Whoa.
Who are you asking? That's what.
Great to do that.
They flew out to California,
Yes,
the
they
whole
did.
team?
The whole team.
Well, that Mike Bray, he's a class act.
Wow.
Just missed.
Air ball and a teardrop.
Amazing.
No points yet for UCLA in the second half.
How's your health? Evan, you had some challenges.
Yes. We'll talk about it a little later.
Really? What's wrong with now?
That's why we have production meetings, Bill. When we talk about
that you missed.
Three-pointer goes for Hub, and it's a 13-point lead for Notre Dame.
This is an offensive clinic. Mike Bray, who played for, who coached with Morgan Wooten.
The Matha Catholic, Washington, D.C. Oh, I think Adrian Danley went there. Austin Carr? No.
Adrian Dantley went there. He played. He played for you. A champion. AD.
Oh, he played that game against UCLA, too.
Yes, I know he did. He punched me in the face in the first play of the game. And sing it back and forth. Please, attack.
Well, they lost Tiger Campbell last year. Remember, he couldn't practice, couldn't play, obviously, with a torn ACL. He's got the brace on that left leg. You got to wonder, because 2 years ago, they were talking about how explosive he was and what a difference maker he was going to be. But
he tells me every game that he's doing fine. But until we see it on the court, whoa.
Another 3 by Hub.
This guy's got it.
They're putting a clinic on. They did it the other night against Detroit Mercer. They started to make, I think there was something like 23s out of 39 shots.
Oh, mercy.
So their confidence is up. The Irish know that now.
And they've hit 10 threes in this game. So 30 the last 2 games. Prince
Big
Ali
shot.
drops it in from
Ali
about
needs to do more of that.
15 feet.
There's your drive to the paint and take the perimeter jumper, Bill.
That'll wipe that smirk off your face.
Well, they're in the zone defense, which I think the Irish were making the threes too much from.
Luger got Ali off his feet. And Hub falling down, couldn't knock down the three, kept alive by Mooney.
Everywhere. Beautiful ball movement.
Pfluger's three, not there.
Look at Mooney. There's no stopping him. Look at Mooney.
He's Mr. Inside, double-double guy.
Put a statue out there for him right next to Newt Rockne.
Yeah, right. I don't think so.
Oh, why so negative? Please. Look at this crowd.
Campbell.
Oh, my gosh.
Unable
Look
to
at
knock
the
down
guard
the three.
rebounding.
Good stuff.
UCLA shooting 28% from the floor.
That high?
Nice
Beautiful
pass to
passing.
Pfluger.
Look at the ball movement. Everybody giving it up.
Mooney's going to try a three now and hit it.
Timeout, Mac. Aggressive, and they're not. And this is why Notre Dame's dominating.
They're standing around thinking instead of playing basketball.
They go to Smith on the opening possession out of the timeout. He can't finish inside. But how about all the misses in the lane, guys, and at the rim for UCLA? They're getting looks. They're just not making them.
So one of the great things that Mike Brey does, you talked about that 15 feet and in line that they had. He also practices with a 20-second shot clock to speed the game up, which is fine with me. Finally, a shot that goes down.
That was Chris Smith banking it in.
An excellent player. This Bruin squad. I was sad and disappointed to see the coach Cronin's comments the other day saying that the team doesn't have talent. This team has tons of talent here at UCLA. They're just not playing.
But they're playing the zone too much. They got to play more aggressive on the ball and put more pressure on the wings so they can try to force bad shots and get the rebounds and run.
Here's Hub for three.
See, he's open. That's why. You can't play zone the whole game and think you're going to beat Notre Dame. That's why they're making the threes.
Guard somebody.
Because he shifted in the zone.
And look at the student section here just celebrating.
12 of the 17 baskets for Notre Dame have been threes. There is O'Neal hitting his second three of the season.
Sharif O'Neal has been the best front court player in the game today for UCLA. John Mooney has been the best front court player overall. He's been spectacular. And he continues to do so many different things. Reminds me of a right-handed Dave Cowens out there.
So let me ask you, Digger, because Bill just said he disagrees as Lecheski scores. Let me ask you this, Digger. Yeah. Bill says he disagrees with Nick Cronin's comments that UCLA doesn't have the talent. He thinks UCLA does. Do you agree with Bill, or do you agree with Coach Cronin?
When you go through a transition period with a new head coach, and the way he coached at Cincinnati, aggressive as they were and the wins they had, he's trying to bring that back to the Bruins, because now when you look at UCLA and what's happened the last 35 years, it's not the same as it was. And I'll ask you this. I remember I found out I had prostate cancer. I found out also that every organ in our body has 4 layers of protection. When they took my prostate out, fortunately, it was only in the 3rd layer. If I waited till that other October, it would have gone, and I would have had cancer in my whole body. Then I beat bladder cancer 3 years later. And that was a reason, when you look at blood in your urine, get checked out. And I think that people need to know, especially men, are too macho. Early detection's what saved me twice. So get it done. And women, yes, you can also get. Plus, they need to take a colonoscopy once you turn 50 to get that done.
Nice to hear about that during the broadcast, yes.
O'Neal misses inside. Notre Dame leading by 16. 7 minutes gone by here in the second half. UCLA was down 7 at halftime. Both these teams 7-3 on the season.
And they've stayed in their zone.
I agree, Bill. Why aren't you going after him? You got 12 minutes to play aggressive man-to-man and go after him. They're still in the zone, which Notre Dame has just eaten up the whole game.
You have to be able to guard somebody.
Now, maybe the coaching staff doesn't trust them to guard people man-to-man, out of bounds.
Stepping out of bounds.
An open three in the corner. Yes.
With their chin on their chest.
If you force them to play aggressive man-to-man full court, maybe that brings that aggressiveness back to get some spirit.
Off the foot of Smith.
How's that not double dribble?
Well, he didn't dribble the first time. That's why it's not.
It hit his body, and then it hit the floor. That's a dribble.
And that's a high post jump shot because he was open.
It's a fumble, though. He didn't have possession, so it's not technically a dribble.
I disagree vehemently.
I have a rule book here if you'd like to read it.
That should be a rule of common sense and human decency.
Coverage, reactions from MSG, plus hear from the Heisman Trophy winner. And the Milwaukee Bucks look to extend their win streak to 18 games. SportsCenter on ESPN.
No, They're having a boxing match later. Can you and I be the undercard?
Yes. You'll be down in 1 round. Left to the chin.
Let's start right now.
You got it.
Bruins, indecision, doubt, hesitation, uncertainty.
No dribble penetration to the basket. Look, like you're saying, all perimeter.
Is it?
Oh.
Mistaking activity for achievement. Whoa.
Chris Smith got Pfluger off his feet and can't get it, but O'Neal, nice job to get that on the rim.
Look, had played for John Wooden, Jim Powers, and then Don Cause, who was the junior high school coach. But it was a math teacher, Walt Kindy, a geometry teacher for Mike Warren, who cornered him in the hall one day and said, hey, you should go to UCLA and play for John Wooden. He called John Wooden, Walt Kindy did. The rest is history.
No foul.
John Wooden, he coached here, he coached me. Red Auerbach put it all together for everybody. Dick Enberg broadcast the game when you were here, 74.
He did the game where they ended the 88-game win streak.
Jack Ramsey right in there with Red Auerbach, and John Wooden, one of the greatest coaches ever, made me the best player I ever was. And then little Billy, who would have ever thought?
Did you hear that, Digger? He said that Jack Ramsey, not John Wooden, made him the best player.
I didn't want to say anything. Because John Wooden's turned over in his grave because he's the one that made you. He's the one that made you got a haircut. Remember, you got thrown out of practice your freshman year because your hair was too long, and you were back in a half hour.
That was my senior. It was my senior year.
Oh, was it your senior year?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you went and got a cut and came back to practice.
Yeah, you kicked him out of practice. His hair was too long.
Sharif O'Neal with a follow in UCLA back within 11.
I always tell that story.
Shaq's son's watching, getting it done
In
for dad.
43 years with John Wooden, I never convinced him that I was right about anything. And the conversation always ended this way. Bill, it's all fine and good that you think that way, but I'm the coach here. And while we've enjoyed having you, we're going to miss you. That's a foul. Wow. You can't close out.
All-time leading rebounder at UCLA. Yeah. The easiest recruit, worst nightmare. That's what John Wooden had to say about Bill.
I was his easiest recruit. I became his worst nightmare, and I drove the poor guy to an early grave at 99.
Yeah. June 4th, I remember.
Oleszynski misses, rebounded by Mooney, continues to control the glass for Notre Dame.
I used to call Wooden every year on his birthday, the last 10 years of his life.
I called him every day of his life.
Well,
that's why he died. I was trying to make him
trouble.
Did you really call him every day?
Every day.
For how long?
From the day I left UCLA, when I realized immediately the huge mistake I had made.
Did you change your number?
Well, he didn't change his number.
Oh, okay.
He never changed his number. 818-343-2266. He's been dead for 9.5 years.
He just gave it out again.
He's been dead for 9.5 years.
What if somebody else has his phone? What if somebody else has that number?
He's not going to answer it.
Well, I know that, but somebody else will. Well, and now the whole world has their number.
Nice move.
818-34.
And he'll pay for it, and he's in San Diego. 619-890-9085. I think he's still alive.
I really hope that's not his number, because if it is, it's over.
Do they still
he's doing that to Wooden?
do they still have collect calls?
No, for you.
Oleszynski for 3. Way off.
What a pass.
Mooney had it stripped by Campbell.
Great defense by the Bruins.
UCLA shooting, though, just 33% from the floor. They've come around from three-point range, but it's in the paint. They haven't been able to make shots. Here's Ali penetrating, falling away. Short.
Push the ball, Dane Goodwin.
Can't miss that. Chance to cut it to 11.
Notre Dame's execution offensively better in the first half than it was in the second half, but still pretty good. 13-point lead. Good pass that time to Gibbs for 3.
That's what it is.
I always stay out there until I get one over.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to throw the first one, not in the dirt. They boo you at Wrigley if you throw in the dirt.
Look, I'm from the days of 3 to make 2.
Jaquez 3 in and out. And Oleszynski blocked out a Notre Dame player.
That's a charge.
Jaquez could get the ball, and then a wrist don't bend, and you can't shake hands.
I can't shake hands. My hands don't work.
His hand from sore was throwing that ball in the dirt. That's why he couldn't shake hands.
I spent my life falling down, getting fouled, and getting in fights. My hands don't work anymore, but I still have them. I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Notre Dame by 15, 7.5 minutes to go.
Bruins have to come alive defensively here. Not sure which one is going to lead this charge.
Pfluger steps inside the arc.
Fake. Look at him get his
own rebound. Follow your shot.
Saved it to Mooney.
Follow your shot.
Oh, really?
That's another lost art that you don't see guys do.
Good win.
Yeah, he's let me down this half.
He's doing fine.
He did enough in the first half to get this lead for Notre Dame. He's got 14 points for the game.
He's the X factor.
Purpose and passion.
They're going to win.
Great defense by Pfluger. You ever been to Dana Point? Why would you ever leave? If the Pilgrims had landed there, wow, where would they have put Notre Dame?
Oh, wow.
Next to him, Johnny D.
Oh, wow.
And Johnny D says, young man,
Johnny D was the coach
where
of
have you
Notre Dame at
been?
that time.
Where have you been? And Mike looked over and said, I was on a recruiting trip to John Wooden in UCLA. Johnny D, oh my gosh, relentless in his pursuit for more talent for the Irish. Mike made the right decision, going to UCLA, and the rest is history. Two-time
and
champion.
that's why Austin Cardinals guys beat him.
Mike wasn't there that day.
Oh, okay.
Here's Gibbs in the paint. Floater no good. Mooney kept it alive, but it's UCLA ball.
Austin Carr was there.
And Sid Catlin and Collis Jones.
Prince Ali going 1 against 3. Can't finish.
That's
How many layups?
And that's why. Because it was. For television, it was equal to the Southern Cal Notre Dame football game. So was UCLA and Notre Dame basketball. They were equal.
You and Eddie Einhorn, your buddy,
That's why.
putting it all together.
Yep.
I miss Eddie.
From 1967 to 96, they did play every year. And from 72 to 84, Notre Dame and UCLA played twice a year. This is the first time they played in this building in 10 years.
Yeah.
Three-pointer off the mark for Hub, rebounded by Smith.
Push the ball here. The Bruins are just sort of loping up the floor.
Although they get it to Riley, he missed again at the rim.
John Mooney's sense, he's watching that ball. He's
Obviously,
not waiting for it to come to him.
Because you have no sense of where you are.
I'm on planet Earth today.
Okay.
You sure?
That's about as close as I can narrow it down.
Mars is waiting for you.
Prince Ali with a bucket. 13-point game nearing 5 minutes to go.
How about Jupiter? You've been there.
Yes, last week.
Yeah, that's where Nate Laszewski's from.
Florida.
Notre Dame has Indiana next week. UCLA has North Carolina next week. So both head coaches have recruiting opportunities this week before their next game. Foul called here on the drive by Digger.
No.
Digger didn't have a job.
He was already there when I got there. I was at Florida in Penn. No, he wasn't going to leave California.
Johnny D was the guy. So Johnny D, the coach, beat 3.5 hours long.
Speaking of that, because I've asked Bill this, Digger, every time we've had a game. Have you watched The Mandalorian yet on Disney Plus? Have you watched it yet, Bill?
No, I haven't. I'm on the air right now.
You just said you watched The Irishman. That's 4 times longer than an episode of The Mandalorian. Foul here on
Renton aid for the NCAA with room board tuition. That's what started off. But what he did back then, Bill, that was legal.
Have you read Kareem's recent book, Becoming Kareem?
No.
Absolutely spectacular. But when they played here, Whitmore controlled the opening tip, and the Irish were off to a good start. This was in 1968.
Years ago, 88-game win streak for UCLA comes to an end on this floor.
Never measure yourself by what you have done, but rather by what you could have or should have been able to do.
He's got his dad, Russell. Two brothers, Rex and Devin.
Goodwin everywhere.
Oh, really? X Factor?
Keep digging away, Digger.
Hey, X Factor, I call it before the game.
I've never met a person more interested in credit and recognition
than you. It's all part of the game, Bill. It's fact.
Beautiful pass, Mooney.
Great pass by Mooney.
And Hub with the layup back to a 15-point game.
But Goodwin, here's a guy who really kind of lacks his own level of self-motivation. So he has told Mike Bray, Mike, you got to yell at me. You got to scream at me because that's the only way I can play well. Cody Riley, all the information, it was fantastic. What a dude.
Pfluger's pass over the head of Goodwin.
Thank you, Mike, for my life.
That's a full-court press. Where's it been all day?
Prince Ali with a step-through and bucket.
It's full-court press by UCLA. Isn't that what you guys did that all the time in the old days? Look at this. Look at this.
They can't even get the ball in bounds. Throw the ball up the court if you're the
40
Irish,
minutes,
please.
Bruins need to do this. And there'll be some team in the Pac-12. If they play full-court press and trap.
Pac-12 has got a lot of good teams this year. And Arizona tonight against Gonzaga in Tucson.
Yeah,
that'll be a great game.
That's on ESPN, too.
Washington is excellent. Utah's got Kentucky Wednesday night in Las Vegas. We'll be there.
better. This is their worst shooting game of the season, 33%. The previous worst was 39%.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Twice the Bruins have given up lobs on the baseline out of bounds play. Shades of Will Chamberlain.
Notre Dame by 11, 2:44 to go.
These are the 7th and 8th winningest programs in the history of college basketball. UCLA on top of that list.
Gibbs puts it on the floor. Drives, finds Pfluger. Reverse layup is blocked by Smith. Out of bounds. Going to stay.
Tweet for John Calipari.
Yes.
That's what I think.
He was here Tuesday night. His son plays for Detroit Mercer. He called me up and he came up. Yeah, we went to, and I'm sure you saw where the ground was on the campus. He went there and set a rosary and lit a candle for his mother, who passed a couple years ago.
And I'm sure he lit it for John Wall's mother. I saw John's tweet about John Wall's mom passing away this week. So very sad.
Foul on Olszynski.
Okay.
He can play basketball.
Yes.
And he's got a tremendous body. He's not as tall as most of the players, but that makes no difference.
Nice drive.
Dave Cowan's
on Sunday, Duke on that Saturday after, and then come on and play North Carolina. Those 4 games are going to be brutal for the Irish.
And they're already 0-2 in the ACC.
Well, BC comes in here, losing 4 straight, getting beat by 20 by Northwestern in the ACC Challenge, and they beat the Irish by 1 because they scored and controlled the whole game. And that's been the concern of the Irish in the ACC.
But Mike Bray he had beaten Boston College like 14 straight times. Throw it down.
Layup for Mooney, that might put it away. 13-point lead with 90 seconds to go.
Don't go out on a limb. Hey, Coach, did you ever make up with John Wooden there? Did you guys ever?
Yeah, I went out. I called him on his birthday, his last 10 years. I went out and saw him when you did
World War II.
Yeah, good question. But then, of course, the rest is history, because once he gets out with the Bruins, 10 national championships in 12 seasons, never be topped. Never.
I disagree. Records are meant to be broken.
Not that one.
A foul here in the cylinder.
Failure.
And what you and Lou Alcindor did at that memorial service after he died was priceless. It was beautiful.
What'd you do? Quickly, tell what happened.
They both told stories about what Wooden meant for their life at the funeral. The memorial that they had in Pauley Pavilion, no less.
So Notre Dame never trailed in this game, held UCLA. So that's UCLA. What about for you, Digger, Notre Dame? Is this something that the Irish can build off of?
Yeah, especially next week when they go play against Indiana down in Indianapolis. If they can get that win and go into the ACC conference and forget that Boston College loss, they can still steal a bit, because I think this year maybe 8 teams from the ACC can get in.
Whoa. Another 3, the dagger, the 15th 3 and the 35th in the last 2 games by Notre Dame.
Yep.
Singleton comes back, but too late on.
Gotcha.
Did you ever go into Clarence's Temple of Love?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just glad, Digger, he's asking you these questions.
Wrote a poem. Forgiveness will set you free. I'm still searching for freedom. I had my shirt on today. What a shot. Bruins are right there. Press the ball.
13 with 15
I'll give you my
seconds
poem.
left,
It's a prayer. The power of prayer is the will to win. That's how I helped beat those 2 cancers for the Jimmy V Foundation.
in his 800th game as a head coach. He's now in his 20th season at Notre Dame. Digger, it was great to have you.
My
really
pleasure.
great to see
Really,
you.
David.
Enjoyed it.
Bill,
Speak for yourself.
Bill.
Shake his hand, would you? Give him a fist bump.